Hello, everyone. Welcome to Queerly Recommended, the podcast where we recommend queer books, films, TV shows, and more. I'm Kris Bryant, a contemporary romance writer for Bold Strokes Books, and this week I'm recommending a series on Netflix.
And I'm Tara Scott. I review sapphic fiction at the Lesbian Review and Smart Bitches Trashy Books. And this week I'm recommending a queer romance novel.
Yay!
Kris, since we
Yes.
last spoke, you went to the GCLS con. I had so much FOMO until I read your write-up in the SAS newsletter, and you said there was no air conditioning. Other than the no air conditioning, what happened? What was it like?
So I think by the end of the conference, they had it fixed. The rooms were cool. The rooms downstairs were cool. The hallways were hot. And also a lot of people, when they first got there, they had to change their rooms. I stayed on I was actually on the 14th floor and next to my friends, but then they moved me to the 13th floor.
Oh.
But it was a nicer room, and I put the air down to like 65 because it was 78 in my room when I first got there.
Yeah.
So I dumped my stuff and then I left. And then it was so hot with everybody around, we ended up going to another bar at another hotel up the street because it had air conditioning. And so we hung out there the first night.
Interesting. So I thought hotels didn't do 13th floors.
I thought so too. I actually changed my book because I did not think that they did that. But then, because the book I just wrote, Scandalous, they're in Vegas. And so I wanted to be on the 13th floor because there's a whole witch thing. And then I was like, do they have, is that a thing? And so I took it out and put the 14th floor. And then I go to Albany and there's a 13th floor. So I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Maybe it's a lucky floor.
I took it as a lucky because that's Taylor Swift's favorite number. So now I don't look at 13 in a bad way. I look at it as a good luck number.
So what were your highlights for the con?
Obviously, going to see your friends.
Yes.
Readers and writers both. I enjoyed the panel I was on. I was actually on 2 panels. So I was only on one, but then I got there in time to jump on the first panel where we talked about keeping sex scenes fresh in books. And that I was actually on the panel. It was on a Thursday and then they switched it to Wednesday and I had to cancel it because I was getting in too late and I was going to miss the panel. But I got there in time, and then Kat Jackson, love her. She actually let me. She said, "You're going to be on this panel. Like, you're here. We're going to pull up a chair and we're going to have a good time." And we did. Pulled up a chair and had a good time. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that GCLS gave SAS, the Sapphic Action Support Squad. We got a room on Thursday and Friday both. So Thursday was an introduction, like what SAS is. And then Friday was a writing session. So we had our own space, and that was really nice.
Nice. What was your other panel?
The other panel was writing in a red state. Hello, Missouri, red state. So just basically what that's like, what life is living in a red state.
I think that's really...
It was a great panel. Absolutely
really
great panel.
Important.
Yeah.
Really timely. I wish there was a recording. I would love to watch that one.
There were tears. There were hugs, group hugs. I had people come up afterwards and thank me for talking about it. Just what it's like, and just being honest. We have talked about things. I brought up the story about my neighbor who came up, remember, at the garage sale.
I do remember.
What my life is like. And I'm just like, I'm not going to die here. I'm not going to die because of who I am. Like, no. They don't need to know. Nobody needs to know. So, and I don't advertise. True. So, for my own safety.
I don't know that everybody understands. It's always been risky writing from a red state. And it's even riskier now. Like, I remember an author, and I'm absolutely not going to name names. They would probably know who I'm talking about if they listen to this, which I doubt they will. But when I interviewed them on my old podcast where I interviewed authors, she was not comfortable even showing her face on Zoom, even though, like, I'm not going to share anything with anybody, but I get
Right.
it
Right.
because she was in a field
Mm,
where it was even riskier and writing from a red state and frankly could have lost her job if it came out that she was writing lesbian fiction, which is scary
mhm.
and sad. So, yeah, I'm really glad that they put that on. I think it's something that's important to continue to call attention to. And I think as readers, like, pay attention to author bios. If you
Right.
see that kind of thing, if you see that an author is writing from a red state, I mean, obviously support whatever authors you want, but like maybe buy their books and maybe give their books to your friends because they're doing Chris, like you're doing something dangerous right now, but important. Like now's not the time to stop.
Right. And I don't plan to. My work, probably 70% of the people know what I do. And also I'm very mean. Like, don't come at me. Like they fear me there. So
Yeah, you'll fuck them up
I will. This is a true story.
verbally. You'll verbally
I
fuck them up.
will.
Important distinction.
Right. And plus I've been there for 27 years. So I mean, like come at me, try to fire me now. Like
Mhm.
I mean, they don't care. They really don't. My boss, as red and Republican as he can be, like he does care about his employees. He doesn't
Mhm.
ever just fire people. He really goes through like a journey to actually get rid of somebody.
Yeah.
It's like it takes a we always joke about like you could murder somebody and still have your job. Like, oh, you're gonna be in jail for 8 years. Well, when you come back, your job's gonna be here. Like
Yeah.
it is a real thing. And so that's what I do like about the people I work with. It's a smaller
Mhm.
company. It sucks that it's like super conservative, but also like I don't have to fear that, hopefully.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. That's good.
yeah.
I mean, I was grateful that friends were sending me texts and video and photo messages. You sent a lot. Virginia Black sent me the greatest photo ever taken of the two of you, which I will never share with anyone
I know
else.
it's terrible. It's a terrible picture, but it's
Oh my god, but
hilarious.
it's so funny. Cause what was it? Virginia told you to make sure that you looked sad?
Yeah, it looks sad. I think I look mean or mad or something. I don't remember now.
Incredible. And then I
It's a
have
good
a
time.
few other friends that were also like, "Oh my god, this thing was said in this panel. I think you would disagree with it." It was very funny. But the thing that I really appreciated that GCLS did, and they've done it in previous years, is they do live air the awards show, and they have it up as a stream on YouTube, and I thought it was really well done. I mean, I got to watch the awards in my pajamas.
Nice. Yes.
I was texting with friends as it went. I was texting with you, I was texting with other friends, occasionally saying like, "Oh my god, that's the book that won. Wait, what book is that? I've never heard of that. Wait, how did that book not win?" Like I was
Right.
ready to flip tables if Tempting Olivia didn't win. It would have been my table I was flipping.
Right.
But thankfully it did win an award, so that's good.
Yes. Yes.
And I think the thing that one of the things that really stood out to me was that the speeches were more political
Yes.
this year than last year. I think some people came prepared, some were not prepared, but it was just this real acknowledgement of where things are at,
Right.
the real risk. I thought choosing Penny Micklebury.
Oh my goodness.
Whoo, what was it?
Her
The
speech.
Trailblazer Award that she
Yes, the
won?
Trailblazer Award. Her speech was amazing. Like, don't take it for granted. We're going to keep fighting. We will have to keep fighting. We've always been fighting. We will continue to keep fighting. So,
Mhm.
very powerful speech.
And then something that honestly really moved me. Jamie Rose was one of the hosts
Mhm.
of the show this year, and they gave time for her at the end to talk about the conference being in Orlando next year
Mhm.
because Jamie Rose is, very publicly a trans woman. And what do you think about being in Florida? Because I think it's pretty indisputable that the politics in Florida are horrific for
Total
queer people and
shit.
especially for trans
Yes.
people.
Right.
GCLS locked in Orlando as a location before the pandemic, I
Oh yeah,
believe.
it's yeah, for sure. And they were able to push it until they couldn't push it anymore. So it has to be because of the money and just the contracts. It has to be in Florida. And honestly, before I went to GCLS, I thought, I really don't want to go. I
Mhm.
don't want to go to Florida. I'm always so loud, like, I don't want to give Florida my money. Why are you going to
Yeah.
Florida? But then after being on the panel, the red state, writing in a red state, Jamie was in the crowd and really brought
Mhm.
a lot of things to light and things that I didn't think of. So, the
Yes.
support is needed to know that we, the writers, aren't forgetting about our readers in those states, that we need to be there and show up
Yes.
and support and tell them that, we still need you, we still appreciate you. And
Yeah.
so because of that, honestly, I said yes. I mean, I thought about it beforehand,
Mhm.
but yeah, so I'll go. I'm gonna go.
I was really, really moved by how she talked about it in that speech, because she said that in front of all the people who were attending. And she basically said, "Look, the government of Florida doesn't care about this. They're not paying attention. It's not important to them. But do you know who it's important to? The small queer businesses
Right.
and the readers." And when
I agree.
she said, "Don't give up on us," I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, fuck." Like, she's
You're like,
right.
sign me
And
up.
so I think as long as you can go,
Hmm.
and I mean, I'll admit, I probably won't. I don't have any intentions of going to the US anytime soon.
Right.
I don't feel like it's safe. There's too many stories of Canadians being detained, and given the financial situation for my family, I do want to support the community, and I feel like I find other ways to support it. We do this
Yes, you do.
podcast, I'm reviewing books, but like, if I lived in the US, I would be going. If
Right.
I didn't have to do a border
It's the
crossing,
border crossing. Yes,
I
that's
would be
that's
going.
iffy.
Exactly. It's the border crossing that's the issue. So, I would encourage people, if you have the chance, find that speech. Go for
Oh
the
yeah,
awards
for
show
sure.
is on YouTube, but go find it and listen to her and really sit with what Jamie has to say, because it is so true. It is important to support the organizations that are championing
Hmm.
our literature. GCLS is one of them, but it is important to support our siblings in states where it's not good for them right now.
Right. Right.
And they might be feeling alone, and it's the chance to bring community there. So yeah, I really love that.
And we can post the link in the show notes too.
Absolutely. If I can figure it out, I'll even go to the timestamp where she starts. I'm not sure I
Oh,
can. It's
perfect.
near the end
Yeah.
though. And it's like a 3-hour situation. So go like very close to the end. And when you see Jamie Rose talking at length by herself at the podium, that's, you're
That's what
there.
we're talking about. Right.
Hmm. And speaking of
Yes.
Florida,
Yes. So I decided because of all of this, I am going to be in attendance at the readout in February down in Gulfport, Florida.
hmm, I've heard nothing but good things about
Yes,
that conference. It
same.
sounds like it's small, but intimate and lovely and fun and meaningful.
I'm excited. I'm excited to because I you don't really know about it until you go there. So it's social media has information, but you don't really get to see like know
Hmm.
about what the panels are. They don't really have a schedule
Yeah.
posted, at least that I'm aware of. But honestly, I also haven't looked for a schedule either, so that's on me. But because GCLS has the schedule of events and who's doing what
Hmm.
in the panels. I'm so green about readout because it's never been offered to me before.
Hmm.
So I'm excited, and I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna support my Floridian family,
Yep.
and I'm yeah. So we're gonna be doing that in February, and then GCLS is in July, I'm sure. So I would be in Florida a lot.
Yes, you are. I feel like you're going to enjoy the weather in February more than you'll
Oh,
enjoy it
for
in
sure.
July.
July
But
just
hey,
sounds terrible.
air conditioning
I know.
exists for a reason. If you survived Albuquerque,
Barely. Albuquerque was just ugh. Like, look, having a conference in July And I know a lot of people do it because of the whole school system.
Mhm.
Like teachers are out of school, a lot of writers and readers are teachers. And it's hard. Like it's hard to make it where everybody's happy,
Yeah.
but usually out of school and during the summertime is the best time for most people. So
Mhm.
it's actually the best time for me too. That's when my work isn't as busy. And yeah, so
Hmm.
yeah.
Pretty good. And you have something coming up this week or
I
next week?
do. It's this weekend. I'm doing a card show. I haven't done one in a while.
Mhm.
I have been labeling and pricing football cards like nonstop because I wait till the last minute. I'm the world's biggest procrastinator. And I'm like, "Oh, hey, I've got a show coming up. Maybe these thousands of cards I should price. Maybe."
It's up to
So,
you, really.
I know.
It's either that or
So,
grab bags. You never know what's in
right.
here, and it's this
I
is how
should
much
do
money.
that. I should do the grab bag things. I know that they do that on Amazon and they do it on eBay, just like a surprise grab bag.
Mhm.
And that's a good way to get rid of, like, the cards that are hard to sell, but you know that somebody
Yes.
would appreciate it. So, like, I could do, like, grab bags by team.
Mhm.
So maybe I will do that. This is interesting. Good plan. Yeah,
It makes it faster.
it does. So I have been doing all the talking. What about you? What's new in your world? What's going on?
Well, I am pretty excited because we're recording this on a Monday. I'm working tomorrow, the day after that, and then I am off work for a week and a half.
Oh, nice.
It'll be so good. Neil is taking one of the kids to visit his family in another province. And then the other kid and we're just going to staycation. We are going to
Oh, I love
hang
that.
out in Calgary. I don't know what we're going to do for sure. We're probably going to watch a lot of Drag Race because
Love it.
they're finally old enough that they're able to watch it. And we started with season 8 because that's when the show moved away from there were some like phrases that came up kind of regularly that were it was meant to be tongue in cheek, but like they're kind of transphobic. And it was like, well, what if we start
Oh,
here where they've moved away from some of that?
good idea.
We watched 6 episodes of the first season in one day. And I was like, okay, so I guess this is going to be a thing for us. So I see a lot of that in our future.
That's sweet.
They really love when I make crepes. So I see a lot of crepes in our
Oh.
future.
Can I tell you a crepe story real
Yes,
fast?
you can. Yes.
So in Albany, everybody's like, "Hey, there's this restaurant called Skinny Pancakes. Let's go." I'm like, "Pancakes? I'm in." Like, hello. So I didn't realize that skinny pancakes are crepes. I was very disappointed. I'm sorry.
Crepes can be great, but like it's better if you know what you're getting yourself
Don't
into.
lie
Because
to
when you
me.
think you're having a
Pancake is a
stack of pancakes,
pancake.
well, they're very different. I don't see
I
them as the
know.
same at all. The texture is completely different.
I was very disappointed. I mean, the food
Mhm.
was good once I like dealt with it and had my little temper tantrum about it. And everybody's like, "How did you not know skinny pancakes are called crepes?" What? What? Where?
No, I've never heard crepes called skinny
See?
pancakes before
So
either. That's
I think
sacrilegious.
thank you.
Did you get savory or sweet?
I think I went savory, and I don't think I actually got a crepe. I think I got 2 eggs over easy, toast, and I think potatoes,
Mm,
maybe? Yeah,
mhm.
I didn't even go with the crepe. I was so disappointed. There's no pancakes. I do not want to eat here. But like trying to find a place to eat in downtown Albany was very hard. It was not easy.
Really?
Yeah. It's like there's
Weird.
a few breakfast places and then dinner, like we were just I ate
Hotel?
yeah, pretty much a hotel and like some people even door dashed. Oh, and let me tell you about the pizza that Luke stole.
Uh-oh.
So Luke Dreamer.
Expose.
Oh yeah. So after the awards, we all went upstairs to the bar and we're sitting in these huge, like high wingback chairs. And somebody's like, God, I'm hungry. It's like 1 in the morning.
Oh,
And
no.
thank God, like Isley and some other people were sitting around. They're like, hey, we have food. Let's go up to the room. So they bring down food. It's like potato chips and chocolate and like all the
Mm,
stuff you want to just like chow down. But then you're like, I need something with substance. And all of a sudden, Luke Dreamer shows up with a pizza. And we're like, oh, what kind is this? And so we open it, and it's like this wonderful adult pizza that's like mozzarella and pesto and like just yummy. And we're
mhm.
eating it. We're like chowing it down. We're like, what's this from? He's like, I don't know. So all of a sudden, this guy comes down. He's like, you're eating my pizza. And we all
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
what? So I guess the delivery driver was so stoned
Oh
and went up to
no.
Luke and said, hey, do you want a pizza? So Luke's like, yeah, we'll take a pizza. So we were all just sitting there like kids that got caught stealing. Like literally,
Well,
we were
you
all just
did.
like, we did. The guy's like, I paid $30 for this pizza. Like, it's very good for $30.
Did you
I'll
all
give you
pay him?
that. No, I don't know what happened. Oh, Isley was like, hey, you need to check with your DoorDash person. Like, they shouldn't have like just delivered it to anybody.
Oh my God. So
Yes.
free stolen pizza.
So free stolen pizza, and there were like two tiny little pieces left, and like I think after that, nobody touched it. It's like we're sorry.
It was tainted by knowing that it was stolen or
Right. But I
gifted
mean,
incorrectly.
gifted incorrectly. I like that better. Okay, so I'm
Hmm.
sorry. So, whew.
No, that's amazing.
Sorry, I interrupted your crepe story. So you're gonna make crepes. Do you do savory or sweet?
So I make sweet crepes, and
Mm,
specifically Nutella always goes in. Sometimes berries
interesting.
might go in and then like whipped cream on top, but yeah,
Mm.
they're pretty tasty. I found the easiest recipe on allrecipes.com like a million years ago, and I just keep going back to that. My kids like them. My only modification that I make to it is I add a little bit of vanilla.
Oh, that
And
sounds good. Yeah.
mm,
I was gonna say,
so
yeah,
good.
when you add vanilla to pancakes, it makes them really yummy too.
Oh yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
My kids got so mad one time. I was making Belgian waffles because I have like
Mm.
a waffle machine that does that. And I put almond extract in it because I thought this is gonna be amazing.
Oh,
And it was amazing. And you know who hated it? My
the
kids.
kids. Because
Absolutely.
it's a flavor that's more of an adult flavor. Almond
Yep.
slash marzipan, all that is
Yep.
it's not a kid flavor.
Nope. I
Nope.
liked it.
Ah, it sounds amazing. I'm in.
Maybe what I'll do though one time is I'll make the crepes and then I'll make the ones for my kid. And then with the remaining
Oh,
batter, I can put a tiny bit in for myself.
that sounds yummy. With some
I'm
cherries.
basically a genius.
Mm. You are a genius. No basic
Thank
about
you.
it. You're
So yeah,
welcome.
I don't know what else we're gonna do. We might go to the zoo one day, but I don't think we're gonna plan a lot. I think we're
Wing
just
it
gonna like relax and be dudes in our pajamas for the
and
week.
just wing it. I mean, that sounds amazing.
Maybe go for a
That
walk.
is what I like to do. I like to just like if somebody said, I will give you
Mhm.
$100,000 to not leave your house for a month,
Done. Oh my God.
right?
Hit me up now. This is gonna be
Right.
the easiest 100 grand I've ever made.
It's like just go ahead and Venmo me the money now because like
Yep.
I don't even go outside. Yeah, I hate
Yep.
going outside.
I'll
Like
get my hair cut right before. I'll be good to go. DoorDash
I
will
don't
bring
even
it
need my
over.
hair.
They'll
Nope,
bring
yep.
food. It's fine. Yep, I'm into it. Somebody pay me 100 grand to not leave the house for a month, please and thank
I
you.
know. Yeah, it drives everybody crazy, but I'm like, no, I'm in. Like I can
Mhm.
hibernate. Hibernate,
Mhm.
that's me. I could
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, what
Yes.
have you been watching recently?
Okay, so I went ahead and rented the last Final Destination called Bloodlines. So here's the deal. Debbie and I are watching a show called Destination X. And I said,
Yes.
hey, wouldn't it be cool if I rented, Final Destination Bloodlines? And I just said Final Destination. And she's
Wait,
like,
but you don't watch horror movies.
well, it's a gore movie. It's not really horror, it's more gore. And I can do gore.
Okay.
So, but Deb was unaware of it. She thought we were watching Destination X.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So
This is her ring story.
yes, it is. It is her ring story for sure. So she did not appreciate that movie. And I warned, she looked at me and I'm like, hey, everybody dies in this. Just know, like every single Final
Mhm.
Destination, everybody dies. Nobody lives.
Yeah.
And just know that. And I go, I know we've seen movies. I know we've seen them. Like
Yeah.
they've been around for 20 years. I go, don't you remember with the truck and the logs and log like
Oh
bounces
yeah.
off and get like, it's just like somebody like, what? Blink, blink.
Mhm.
So yeah. Anyway, so we watched that. So I watched that. I also went with my father and my sister, and we saw the latest Fantastic Four movie
Did
that's
you
out.
like it? I heard it was great.
It was really good. I was super tired though.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to come up with a way to actually try to sleep without anybody knowing. But no, it was really good. I really liked
With
the
your eyes
storyline.
open?
Yeah, kind of sort of. I was covering my eyes on one side. I was leaning because it's those big cushiony
Mm-hmm.
reserved chairs that you can recline in. I mean, it was the perfect recipe for me to sleep. It had stuff on the screen. It was dark. It was comfortable. It was slightly warm.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the perfect I could nap. And but the story's good. It was quick. It was one of those where it's like, yeah, yeah. We wanted to go see another movie, but it wasn't playing anywhere close to us. So
Mm-hmm.
my dad picked that one. And then Jeopardy is over for the season.
Do we like who won?
Okay, so let me tell you this. So the guy who was winning forever, I say forever, it's been like 2 weeks, over 2 weeks he wins. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ah, he wasn't my favorite contestant. There wasn't anything wrong with him. I just didn't get warm fuzzies really with him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
eh. But he got dethroned. Woo! On the
Ooh,
last episode of the season.
good.
Yeah. So we have a new champion to bring us into the next season, which I think will probably be in October or November, I think is when the new season starts. I never
Okay.
know. Like I just show up, I turn on the TV and I look at my DVR and see what's there.
Nice.
Because that's how I knew Alone and Alone Australia were back on because all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden my DVR had it. So it's the greatest thing. I love it. Let's see what else. I think that's it. That's all I'm doing. And that's, yeah. What about you? What are you watching or reading lately?
So, Drag Race All Stars season 10 is finished.
Ah,
Gingerman won. Congratulations. I was very happy for her. It was kind
good.
of one of those seasons where, like, she did so good. It was like, okay, so she's probably going to win the season.
Oh, yeah.
And I was okay with that because honestly, she crushed it. Like, just
Ah,
was so good. But now there's no drag races to watch.
oh,
So part of me is like, well, what do I watch? And it's like, well, I can go back and watch a bunch of old drag races, which I will with my kid. But I don't know what's next. Is it a Canadian season?
yeah. It's gonna happen real
Is it
soon
a
because this
UK
happens every
season?
time.
Is it yeah, like what's going on? I'm also curious to see what's going to happen to it because it's on Paramount Plus.
Mm.
Paramount. Now, this is going to go up
Oh,
first week of August. So who knows what else could be happening in the
right.
next week? Like we literally don't know what's happening from week to week. Paramount settled with Trump, I believe because of the whole like CBS 60 Minutes accusation about editing Kamala Harris.
Oh,
They canceled the Colbert show.
it's crazy.
Probably because Colbert kind of went after Trump. And then the South Park thing
Oh my
happened.
God, I love that.
And they went after Trump way harder than Colbert ever did. Like in one episode, they went after him harder than all of Colbert put together. Did you see any of
I
it?
watched it. Yes, of course I did at South Park.
So
I was
I
like, is this real? Is this for real? And it was.
it was immediately after Paramount gave
Right.
the South Park guys $1.5 billion on a 5-year deal.
Oh, I
They
love
went
it.
like, fuck you. And so it's like, I guess a part of me, all of that to say, a part of me is a little concerned about the future of Drag Race if it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh.
But cross fingers, it'll
Hmm.
keep going. And there are other franchises. There is Canada, there's the UK, there's all over the world. So I don't know and I have nothing to watch on Friday nights now. It's very strange.
Didn't MTV start? Wasn't it on
It
MTV
was
or
on
VH1
MTV
or
for a
something?
while. I
So that
think
was
it
always
was
like the
it
really
bounces
forward
around.
thinking.
Yeah, it bounces around a lot. So, but I'm not watching that. Date Everything, I'm still playing that. But okay, so I recommended it last time. I don't take it back because I love it. I very much enjoy it.
Hmm.
But it is kind of buggy. I'm waiting for a patch to come to Nintendo. On all the other places, the patch has gone out. One of the reasons that I want the patch is because at one point it told me the file was corrupted and all the save
Leak.
data was gone. And I was like,
Gotta
fuck.
date that brush again. Gotta date like a
Yeah,
sword or
I
a
got to date the
pencil.
fridge again. I've got to date the dining room
I love
table
that.
again, and the TV and the walls and the ceiling and the floor and everybody. Yeah, hopefully that's fixed soon because that's been a bit of a disappointment. So since the last time we talked, I listened to a whole nonfiction book, if you can believe it. It's called Number Go
Wow.
Up: Inside Crypto's Wild Rise and Staggering Fall by Zeke. I don't know how his last name is pronounced. Maybe it's Faux, maybe it's Fox. It's
Uh,
Faux. It starts off not the most interesting because it explains how crypto works and the blockchain and all that stuff. But it was helpful to listen to that part
mhm,
because later on it gets
mm.
real good. Like real, and I was listening to it whenever I would do like warm-ups and cool downs for my workouts, or if I was doing a long stretch session. And then on Saturday, I was like, I'm going to finish my shake and then I'll get back to whatever I'm doing. And then I was fucked because I sat down, I started listening, and it got to this part where he talked about buying an NFT. Do you remember when
Mhm.
NFTs were like a craze a couple of years ago or a few years ago?
I have NFTs, thank you.
You have NFTs?
I have football NFTs,
Oh, okay.
but I
So
sell them too, so
he was talking about wanting to buy one so he could get into a particular party or conference or something like that.
hmm.
And the conversation he had with his wife, and she's like, "Okay, so you're saying you need to spend what, a couple grand?" And he said, "No, like $20,000."
Oh my
And that's when I
gosh.
went,
Yeah, no, my NFTs are very, very cheap. They're like $5 a piece. Come on now.
yeah. Well, because it wasn't the actual like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, but it was a different type of ape one. So it was like kind of adjacent to that. So that's why it was so expensive. So like hearing him go through all that, he was talking about like going to Cambodia because he had somebody try to scam him, like he got this text out of nowhere and it was somebody trying to do this like crypto scam. And it was very weird. And then he heard about how, I don't know if it's still going on, but basically Cambodia had this problem of people being trafficked there from other Asian countries and being forced to like live in this compound, and they had to run crypto schemes on people in
Wow.
other countries. And yeah, like so it was really the things for me that were really interesting. There was stuff that I already knew because I followed a lot of crypto skeptics who are now of course like AI skeptics. But I don't think I understood how insidious it was. Like I knew it was bad, and I knew it was basically a Ponzi scheme, and those are never good. But how like these people who acted like they were doing good and they're disrupting systems, and it's like no, they're actually bad actors trying to just like suck all the wealth up for themselves and fuck over people. So
Mm.
that was a really really good book. And now I'm reading your recent recommendation,
Yay.
Incendient by Virginia Black.
Woo.
If you haven't listened yet, go back and listen to Kris's recommendation. This is the follow up to Consecrated Ground. I do think you probably need to read
I think so too.
Consecrated Ground
I
first.
think so.
You could probably technically pick it up without it and get by okay, but I don't think you'll enjoy it as
Right.
much
Right.
if you haven't read that one.
Yeah, because I mean, it explains Warwitch and what Joan has and does and is able to do. And,
Yeah.
then it won't make sense. The second book won't make sense because then you're like, why does this
Yeah, it's
matter?
true.
So
Because
you
we
do
have
need to
Joan,
listen to
who's a
both.
war witch, and we have Lee, who is her. I mean, they basically do like a hand fasting ceremony immediately in the book. So I don't think it's
Hmm.
really giving much away to say that they do that like in the first real chapter that happens. And she's a bloodling, which means she's not quite a human, not quite a vampire. And it's in that first book that you find out, why did Joan leave town? Why is she coming back now? Why did they break up in the first place? Because they had been high school sweethearts.
Mm.
How did Lee become a bloodling?
Oh yeah.
Like
Good
all of
story.
so good. But this one also is very good.
Hmm.
Very, very good. So I am about 30% of the way through.
Oh.
The blurb talks about how they saved their town together once, and now they have to separate and learn to save themselves. And I'm at the point at which, like, I put it down just as they were separated. So, I don't really know what comes next, but I can't wait. So, I'm really enjoying it, and I can see why you recommended it. So, good
Yay.
job, Chris Bryant. Good
Yay.
recommendation.
Woo.
Speaking of good recommendations, what
Yes.
is yours for this week?
Okay, so my official recommendation is a new series on Netflix called The Hunting Wives.
I've never heard of this.
Oh my goodness. So my friend Kathy told me about it. And then as I was finishing up content edits with Ashley, she dropped that. She's like, you should watch
Mm.
this. I'm like, I'm totally like binging it, boss. I'm almost done. Like I was like, okay, yeah, it's okay, let's talk about it. So the synopsis is Sophie O'Neill moves to deep East Texas and she succumbs to socialite Margot's charms. Her life is
Oh.
soon consumed by obsession, seduction, and murder.
Dun dun dun.
Right? So let's start off by saying Brittany Snow. Pitch perfect end scene. Boom.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so she's in it. She's from Boston and she has a history, but we don't know if it's good or bad. And we're fed breadcrumbs like throughout the whole entire story. You're like, is she a good person? Is she a bad person? What happened in her
Mhm.
past? Why doesn't she drive? Why doesn't she drink? Why doesn't
Mhm.
she, have like 9,000 babies that everybody wants? So there's a lot going on. So her husband is an architect and he gets this job in Texas. And so they move from Massachusetts to Texas, which, oh, whole different world, right?
Mhm.
So her first introduction to his boss and wife is at an NRA party. And she's like, what the fuck? What are we doing here, Graham? Why are we at an NRA party? He's
Mhm.
like, well, because it's Texas. And so it's as bad as you think it is. So she and the boss's wife, Margot, hit it off right away. Like they meet in a bathroom before they even know who each other are.
Yeah.
And she's kind of smirking at the boss's wife, but doesn't really know anything. And just like, oh, I'm Sophie, blah, blah, blah. And so then she finally meets her and they're like, oh, Margot's like, oh, we're best friends. We've met already. And like very flirty and they have really good chemistry. And so like throughout like the first several episodes, I'm like, they're going to kiss now. They're going to
Mhm.
kiss now. Are they kissing
Mhm.
now? They're going to kiss now. It's like the whole time I'm like, I'm waiting for it to happen, but waiting.
Yeah.
In this series, there's infidelity, there's also poly love. It's a guilty pleasure. Like just enjoy it. It's an entertaining series is what it is. You
Mhm.
can't take it serious. You can't like clutch your pearls. Just know that there's a lot going on here and there's some things, there's cheating, there's a lot of questionable morals in this
Mhm.
whole entire series. So basically, it's a pack of women who are petty as fuck, but they have, the Southern charm that makes the sting not sting so hard. The whole, oh, bless your heart, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So, very much so. And they're jealous of Sophie because she all of a sudden becomes like Margot's best friend and everybody's jealous, especially since Margot was best friends with somebody else and she got pushed aside. So that woman's jealous and they're all just jealous of Sophie. They're like, oh, typical women.
Mm. Mhm.
There's a bunch of shit that happens and you start finding out why this happened and why that happened. And there's murder and mayhem and sex everywhere with everyone. I mean, there's just a lot, but it is so much fun to watch. There's different layers on the show. There's humor. There's like mystery. There's intrigue. The whole time you're like, did this happen? Was it this person? I bet you it was this person. And like, you never know. You know how they
Mhm.
always misdirect you in movies and shows? That
Mhm.
happens because like, well, this person could have done something. And wait a minute, like earlier, this person said this. And so you're not quite sure what's going on. You don't know what's happening.
Mhm.
It was just a fun way to spend my weekend was like binging it. I watched a couple shows Friday. I think it's an 8-part series.
Nice.
I predict there will be a second season of this. It is very successful, very entertaining. And, if you like all that Southern charm, lesbian sex on the screen, you're going to want to watch this series.
Mhm.
And there's a great cast. So besides Brittany Snow, there's Dermot Mulroney. Do you know who that
Mhm.
is? Okay.
Yeah.
He's in it. Chrissy Metz is in it.
Her name sounds familiar. I can't remember why.
She's from Is it This Is Us? This is one of those things. Remember, I was like, This Is Us, The Last of Us. I couldn't get that right. I think This Is Us.
This is the end of The Last
This
of
is the end of The Last of
Us.
Us. Yeah. I mean, there's so many actors and actresses that you would recognize. Be like, oh, they're in this. Oh my gosh, they're in this.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it
looking
was
it up on
really
IMDb
good.
right now.
Yeah, it's really
Oh yeah, Malin Ackerman
it's
is familiar.
yeah, there's a ton of it's just a good show. And like it was like Debbie goes to bed super early and she's like, I want to watch this. And we stayed up super late Saturday watching like episode after episode. And I was like, I'm totally gonna recommend this, but we need to finish it. So that's what I had to do last night. Had to look at that. Oh darn it. I have to watch the show. I can't do
What
anything
a
else like laundry
shame.
or dinner or anything. No, I
Yeah,
have to watch this.
yeah.
So it was really good. And the ending was good too. And it's just like, it's just, I really think you'll get a kick out of it. So I think you should watch it.
Fun. All right.
Yeah, it's fun. And I love how it's like a full circle type thing. I love
Mm-hmm.
it and I just laughed. Like the ending came and I just laughed. I was like, this is perfect.
Nice.
So the Hunting Wives, definitely I recommend. It's for everyone. Definitely R. It is an R show, R-rated show, but very good. I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
it touches on a lot of things. There are some triggering things in there for some people, so that might be something I call out in the show notes. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
want to spoil it here because some things give it away. Obviously, there's murder. Hello, but
Well, yeah.
that's yeah, there's murder. So anyway, so that is my official recommendation. What about you, Tara? What is yours?
So my official recommendation is the latest romance novel from Rachel Spangler, which is called Relationship
Mm.
Material. So people who have read Informed Consent, this is
Mm-hmm.
set in that same world. That's the book where Brooke and Tegan got together. And this one kind of picks up where that one left off because at the end of
Oh,
that
okay.
one, if you remember, Brooke and Jillian are best friends. Brooke is a therapist in the practice. Jillian kind of runs
Oh,
and
yeah,
owns
yeah.
the practice.
Mm-hmm.
Tegan came in as like the junior, whatever you call it. And at the end of the book, Sawyer, who is also, it turns out that Brooke and Jillian were like in a trio of best friends, and Sawyer is the other one. Sawyer has been gone the whole time and kind of walks in at the end of that book. Well, with this book, they're all at the bar again and they're there with their other colleague, Robin. Sawyer walks in and Robin is like, damn, that is one handsome individual.
Bang.
And the feeling is fairly mutual. So, Robin is a therapist in Buffalo, very much a free spirit, says yes to everything, big time adventurous person, likes whitewater rafting and skydiving and all the
Wow.
things,
Mm-hmm.
even though her friends are like, absolutely not. She's like, why don't you come with me? No, definitely not. She did
Nope.
get them to go axe throwing, I think, in the first book, though.
Oh,
So, like,
that's okay.
right, right.
That's
Like
all
she's
right.
pretty badass. She has a motorcycle. Like she's hot. Like she's just this like very cool kind of person. And then Sawyer shows up. Sawyer is non-binary. Also was like kind of a thrill seeker, but
Oh,
also wanders. And they all know that when things get hard, Sawyer leaves town. And Sawyer's been gone for 2 years.
wow.
But Sawyer and Robin have this like great chemistry. And it quickly turns into like, hey, let's have a fling. And it's like, how long? Well, how about for the weekend? And then it turns out the weekend is like
Ah.
5 days. And then it's this like, and neither of them is really into the idea of relationships or strings or anything like that. And things go kind of sideways for them. And then they have to sort of like find their way through it. This one is interesting. I think of it as like it's almost more like a fling to friendship to romance, or a fling
Okay.
to friendship to lovers is kind of how I'm thinking about this one. And I don't think I've come across that very often because it's not like a one night to forever. Because
Right.
those is often like you'll get the sex scene and it's just like, oh my God, you're this person that I shouldn't ever be with for reasons that we will definitely overcome in the next 200 something pages. It's
Right.
not it's not like that at all. Instead, it's this like two people who have a lot of learning and growing to do to figure out who they're going to be. And so, like I said, we've met Robin before. I found it really fun to get to spend a lot more time with her because all I knew from the first one is like, oh, she's the fun one in the practice. Like,
Yes, she is.
Everybody else is serious, and not that they can't have fun. Like Tegan is quite fun and sweet as the newest one there. But like Robin is all fun and super sexy and happy to like pick people up. I think of her and Sawyer together, it was almost like improv rules at times, which, like, you know, if you're doing improv with somebody, the only rule is yes and there is no. And they were kind of like that. It's like, well, do you want to go have ice cream for dinner? And it was like, yes. And then like I quite enjoyed that one. Robin, it wasn't clear for a little while why, and I suppose it almost doesn't matter why, but then it makes sense, like, just didn't think relationships were for her.
Hmm.
She was like, "Look, I help people with things. I'm a therapist. There can be so much love and it doesn't have to be romantic." But Sawyer is very different because they really do have this major flight response, and it was very interesting to get to spend more time with that character and see that it isn't just I'm running because I'm scared. It was like my nervous system is completely dysregulated and I cannot handle this. And my best solution to this involves my passport,
Hmm.
which I hadn't really, again, I don't think I've really seen something quite like that. I did mention Sawyer is non-binary and comes back to town. When they come back to town, they've had top surgery. They've had like quite a lot of changes happen for them. And, you know, they're a lot happier. It was very interesting. I am going to be a little bit spoilery, mostly because I think it needs a bit of a content warning. Sawyer's mother is really the source of like why Sawyer is like that. And specifically, she's a psychologist. She works out of the university, but she didn't seem to understand that you're not supposed to diagnose your kids.
Oh.
And I
Mm.
can't say she's outright, generally speaking, transphobic. Like, she's okay with somebody transitioning to become a man. She's okay with
Mhm.
somebody transitioning to become a woman. And where she's not okay is the non-binary identity. And I bring it up because it is kind of hard to read at times. Like, she's quite horrible.
Damn.
And I don't think she means to be horrible. And she does want her child to be happy, but the way she goes about it is just awful. And this is where I want to say the one thing that made it more okay for me to read it was knowing that the author of the book is also non-binary. And I think that makes a difference
Yes.
because I think there are times where people try to write the non-binary identity
Right.
without understanding it and showing some of the bigotry and end up reinforcing some of the stereotypes.
Right.
And I think, not that I think Sawyer is, you know, the author. I absolutely understand that authors are separate from their characters, but I trust a non-binary author with this
Right.
more. I think it was as difficult as it was to read at times, and I wanted to shake the shit out of the mother. Well, because I'm a mother too, right? Like my kids are
Mhm.
not, you know, in their 30s like Sawyer is, but she's the worst kind of it's the like I hope my kids want to have a relationship with me. And I
Oh,
know that
yeah.
that's something that I have to earn the right to. I think parents fundamentally have to earn the right to a relationship, a lifelong relationship with their kids. And I don't think this woman deserves one.
Damn.
But I also think that Sawyer goes through some really important and incredible growth and coming to
Mm.
understand that their journey is theirs.
Right.
And it doesn't matter that their mother is an expert in her field, she's still an asshole. So yeah, it's I'm not giving anything away about the romance itself as I say that, but it's more just to say if you go to read it or eventually listen to it, because I believe it's going to become an audiobook, if you are non-binary, that's just something to watch out for. I still think it's absolutely worthwhile. And I thought the journeys for them were so good and so interesting. And really having like two books set in this world, the tone of the two are also quite different, which
Mm.
because it directly reflects the difference in the characters that it's following in each one. So it's all one coherent world. It all makes sense. But for example, in the first book, and I think I talked about this when I talked about it on the show before, Brooke and Tegan were very careful in how they communicated with each other. And so much of that really did come down to like, we're both therapists, we're trying to set good intentions, we're trying to have good boundaries, we're trying to communicate well. And I thought that worked really well for them. And in this case, it didn't have that because Robin is a therapist and Sawyer, interestingly, has surrounded themselves with therapists, but hates the idea of therapy. And so at times would almost like not would get weird in conversation with Robin and is like, well, but you're a therapist. And then Robin would just kind of say back, but I'm not your therapist. And I loved that distinction of like, yes, I'm a therapist. I'm not your therapist. It's not ethical. And I don't want to be your therapist.
Right.
And I just thought that worked so well. And I think, like I talked about before, the structure was really interesting with this. Like, we're going to fall into bed. We're not going to be there for a while. We're going to build up a friendship. And then we're going to get to a happily ever after. And it was really interesting to see that structure because I really can't remember. Maybe I've come across something like that before, but I don't really remember it. Because even if there is this like, okay, we're sleeping together for a while and then we break up for a while, like Melissa Braden's first book was like that, right? Like they're together for a while and then they break up, and I think there's like a 5-year span or something like that, or 4 years, and then eventually they get back together. No, this wasn't like that because there's this friendship in between. And I just thought that was really cool. That's like putting the intention into building a friendship was really beautiful. So I really enjoyed this one. The characters are very complex. They complement each other well. Sawyer goes on a hell of a journey, and I'm hoping we're going to get a book for Jillian, the last one at the practice, who is not coupled up, because I really enjoy this world. Right? Like I really, really enjoy this world. So there's a bit of a hint, maybe. I think it's a hint anyway. There is some kind of I can't tell if it's like physical therapy or a massage business or something like that that's going to be in the same building. So I'm wondering if she's going to end up with someone from there.
Are they a massage therapist, maybe? Ooh.
Right. Right. So that was Relationship Material by Rachel Spangler. That is all for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, if you've enjoyed it, make sure you subscribed if you haven't yet on your podcast app. If you have a friend that would like anything that we've talked about today, especially our recommendations, please send them the link. And if you want to support us, we have a link in our show notes to our coffee where you can do that.
Yay. Or if you want to connect with us on your favorite social media sites, we have links in the show notes for that too. Or you can just email us at podcast@queerlyrecommended.com. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.